Crowd at Alexandra Palace, in with the useful Frenchman Gregory, who's a nightclub bouncer in glamorous Saint-Tropez.
First round.
Apparently he rubs shoulders with the likes of Rihanna and Paris Hilton and P. Diddy. Can fight a bit too. Martial arts background. And I'm told they met in the K1 world a long time ago, with Tony winning that. This very different. Who will get the better tonight? He's massive, Orlov, 22 stone.
Yep, from Russia with gloves. He's a big old lump, isn't he? And Tony, he's got to get past those long arms and get the punches off.
Trying to utilise that jab early on. Orlov has lost 8 of his 22. Tony with a better record on paper. 14 wins in 15 fights with 12 knockouts.
Orlov's only been stopped once in his career, so pretty durable. I think the big problem's trying to get to that chin.
Hurling in the right hand, Orlov. Tony will need to use lateral movement and speed. He's surely trying to outfox and bedazzle a big guy, but there's a right hand from Orlov, which springs Tony into action.
Well, you've got to do something, Tony. He's been pushed around the ring and just bullied a little bit with the physical strength of Orlov.
As Dave Clark was saying, Orlov in at short notice, but he's come to give it a real go. There's a bit of shoulder there too. Richie Davis will try and get between them. It's a jab from Tony.
Yeah, Orlov doing a bit more though.
There's a right hand from the Frenchman, former heavyweight champion of his country.
Really having a leap with that right hand and missing the chin of Orlov.
It's cumbersome and slow now from Orlov, with the wild swings. Had a great reception though, didn't he?
They're getting very scared not to cheer, aren't they?
An uppercut there. That's the shot he wanted, Tony.
Doing a little bit better now. Tony's trying to land with the occasional shot. Orlov doing less as the round's gone on.
Looking tired already, Evgeny Orlov. Not difficult in his way.
Round 2.
Second round, second quarterfinal in this international heavyweight tournament. The 18th prize fighter in 3 years, which has revolutionized the sport. A fun night out for fans. The red trunks of Evgeny Orlov, the 32-year-old, and the gold of gentleman Gregory Tony. Orlov 8 knockouts in his 13 wins. And gets a right hand in. Did you give him the first round or not?
Yeah, I think Orlov was just slightly busier. It was a messy first round, but Tony picked it up in the last sort of minute of the round.
Was busy the first 45 seconds of the second. Orlov, Tony not quite sure how to deal with this big swinging Russian. It's not pretty though.
No, it's not. These rugged, roughhouse punches from Orlov, nothing clean or thrift, just wild swings, but his physical size is giving Tony problems.
Tony was telling us in the build-up that he's had plenty of experience at these type of tournaments in the martial arts world. But he's just so large, Orlov, and using that massive weight advantage, 22 stone to 16-3. There, but It's just the size that's tiring Tony.
Yeah, Orlov very, very cumbersome and slow. But Tony just can't get to him and do anything decisive when he gets close.
I mean, can you imagine what Mike Perez would have done to Orlov on this sort of performance?
Yeah, I think Mike Perez will find Orlov very easy to hit. Tony just grasping for punches there, just flailing away, and doesn't really have a game plan.
Not at all. Looking forced from Tony. More flat-footed than I thought he might be. He's only lost one to Robert Helenius, when he was stopped in 6.
He's kind of trying to match Orlov for strength and stand with him, push him back, but that's too hard. You know, he should be in and out using that jab, doubling it up, and then just step away.
Slashing sort of punches from Orlov. That right was better. Just doing more than Tony, and it's a very frustrating night for the Frenchman. Third round. Evgeny Orlov certainly winning the second, maybe even the first, just from being well, too large, too strong, too forceful, just negating anything that Gregory Tony is trying, which, to be honest, isn't very much at the moment.
No, it's not. And it's hard to think that the big man with carrying a lot of extra weight is doing more than Tony.
It's an odd career, Orlov. Started in 1998, but was inactive for about 6 years. I think he was a kickboxer on the martial arts circuit. He's switched between the two codes. Got to do something here, Tony. Almost went southpaw. It's as though there's no game plan at all.
No, doesn't know what to do against the big man. At times his jabs look quite good. He's caught Orlov with it, but there hasn't been enough of that.
Up about 17 levels, but the way David Hay dealt with Nikolai Valoev, speed kills, doesn't it? In, out, quick, you befuddle, you confuse the slower, bigger man.
Yeah, but I think Tony is pretty flat-footed and pretty slow himself.
Here comes Orlov, crowd getting behind him. Might become the sort of cult character of the night, this man, if he prevails in the first.
Well, he's certainly trying the harder, isn't he?
He is, he wants it more.
Yeah, he wants it more. There's a big prize at stake, and Tony needed to do a lot more work. He's just not doing that.
Yeah, it's nothing to lose, really, Orlov. In only a few days, 32 grand for the winner. The carrot dangled in front, and he's strong, maybe mentally as well as physically. And Tony, no match.
He's landing with clubbing right hands. Orlov. Tony turning the hole inside.
Just rushing forward. Tony tries to get something off, but again Orlov's got an answer. Work rate has been better, much better from the Russian. It's been a scrappy, messy, pretty horrible spectacle, to be perfectly honest, this quarter-final. I'm sure we'll get more fireworks and better shots like that one from Orlov. Here we go. In the last few seconds, Tony's giving it a go. Too little, too late, I feel.
Yeah, hasn't done enough. Not busy enough for me. Tony, Orlov looked like in every round that he's trying that bit harder. And should have got it for me.
Yeah, he just threw so many more, but look how little landed, really. 37 to 28. Poor success ratios. And he never really got started, Gregory Tony. We don't know how the three judges are seeing things. They were, messy, scrappy sessions. But I think the general feeling is that Orlov should go through.
Yeah, I think so. He just seemed to be a little more busy. He was getting his punches off. Tony landed with the odd jab, but for the most part, it was just roughhouse punches from Orlov that did better. He kept on the same in the second, just walking forward, occasionally walking on the jabs from Tony, but he just seemed to want it that bit more. Tony had a little bit more success in the third, but Orlov was still pushing him back and throwing big roundhouse right hands.
Well, he's taking the acclaim of the crowd, Evgeny Orlov, and he's smiling and laughing and enjoying his night. Glenn's given him every single round. I thought the first was tight. Let's see how the three judges have things. Who's going through?
Ladies and gentlemen, result of quarter-final number 2, and we have a split decision. Judge Terry O'Connor scores the contest 29-28 in favour of Tony. Howard Foster scores the contest 29-28 in favour of Orlov. Phil Edwards scores the contest 30-27 in favour of the winner and through to semi-final number 1. From France, Gregory, Tony.
Well, boos from the crowd. 30-27, Phil Edwards gave Gregory Tony every session. Well, you never know with the scoring, do you?